All right. Young ladies, coach, please introduce yourself and who you have with you today.
Coach Barkley, Glencoe High School, and I have Abby Vice, Ashley Morgan, Annabeth Giles, and Aubrey Gray.
All right, Coach, congratulations, first of all. Tremendous win. I know the scoreboard said you guys were home, but technically you're at Southside. Look behind you right there. To play Southside in this kind of environment, the crowd was completely full, the energy level. Talk about that experience for your girls and then to come out of here with a victory like you did.
Well, as you're entering the end of the season or near the end of the season, it's nice to play in environments where it's a full crowd. Because when we get to Jacksonville, and we're getting to Jacksonville, when we get there, that's the environment you're going to face. So anytime you can experience those things on a Friday night, a long weekend, ready to play some basketball, it's always a good thing to have in your backpack when you go.
And you know, you spoke about Jacksonville, and you used this as a springboard last year to help get you to Jacksonville and that experience. Talk about what that means to your team to have, like you said, an environment like this, to come out with a confidence going forward over in the area.
So we got a very tough area. Hansville's got some really good players. Susan Moore's packed with great players, and we match up with those folks on a regular basis, and we know that okay, Savannah Nunn plays a lot like number 3 for Susan Moore. We know that that we've got shooters in the corner that we've got to go out and face. We know those things, and so if we know we can face it with these guys, with these girls, then you can take that to that court and replicate that as you go to play. It definitely builds your confidence. Anytime you can, oh, hey, that play worked. Let's try that this way. This cut worked, and it's definitely great to feel that experience.
Did your game plan change any knowing that Macy was back in the lineup and played like she did last night?
We didn't prepare any different if she was in or out because they had a couple other big girls that we knew we would have to beat and bang with once you get inside. But we always knew she'll be there. She isn't sitting this one out. We talked about, hey, she's in a boot. Hey, she's in a cast. Yeah, but that cast will be off by the time it's time to play. We've seen her for I don't know how many years wear a boot all week long and go out and play. She is one tough kid. And when it comes to this sport, she loves it. And she ain't going to sit it out unless she has to.
I want to ask you one other question. I got a question for the girls collectively. Question for you is, will you please tell everybody watching this, and I know they're going to love this, about the third quarter, the execution. Was there something you seen at halftime, made the adjustments? There's something that happened, because that third quarter was just it was just like a blinking, and it was unbelievable.
Well, we needed to see how they were going to react and how they were going to attack a couple of our options on defense. And once we saw how they were going to adjust to that, we just needed to talk about in the locker room how what was our counter going to be. And so we talked about some length and how we wanted, okay, we seem to be concerned with one part of this or that, or we weren't doing this. So we talked about how we wanted to make an adjustment, and they did that. They did that beautifully. And the difference between the second quarter and the third quarter, because we scored 19 points both quarters, but the difference between the two was we got some hands on some balls, we got some deflections, got some steals, and then we shot layups on the other end. We didn't get that the first quarter, and we are a team that plays so much better when we've shot some layups off some deflections or some steals. And we pride ourselves in our defense. And I know people will look at the foul differential in the first half, but I'll put these girls' defense, I'll put their feet up against anybody. They don't get in a lot of foul trouble because they don't play with their hands. I yell and scream and fuss at them enough at practice about their hands. And when I came in October, I sat them down and I said, how do you play defense? And I had an answer about hands. And I said, nope. How do you get a turnover? I had an answer about hands. Your hands don't cause a turnover, your feet do. And when they bought into that, when they bought into their feet being there first and the rest will follow, they get a lot of turnovers that way.
Makes a lot of sense. Individually, I want each one of you guys, we can start right here. What has this week meant to you personally? This experience coming out county championships, playing Southside, basically at Southside for the championship game. What has it meant for you personally?
It means everything. I was really worried because we're at Southside and we're going to play Southside in the championship, but it just means so much that we get to come back and be this like the second year championship and everything with my team.
Awesome.
For me, like, there was so much in the community, like, down on our team, thinking we weren't good enough. And so to come in Southside's gym and beat them in their own gym, I don't think we've done that in the past. I don't know. I haven't been here when we beat them in their own gym. So it was really cool to come in here and win another county championship in their own gym against them.
Awesome.
Well, for me, it's the same people that we've been playing against since Little League. And so this is the last time we really have an opportunity to get them when it's like a big game. And so, I mean, with it being our last chance together against that group, we wanted it really bad. And especially we wanted them in their court.
Absolutely.
We knew we had to take care of West End first before we could look ahead and realize that we were going to play Southside. But I think we did what we've done all of our years since third grade, since we were together. We played the ball that we know how to play and played with our feet, and it did the job to win the championship.
We actually beat the same team in 8th grade. You remember that?
Yeah.
Our 8th grade county championship, we beat them.
And that's probably
the same team.
the last time here anyway. I mean, and not here.
Yeah,
That
it was at
somewhere
West
else.
End,
That
but it
was
was
How many girls are seniors?
We all are.
There's
All the
9 on our
seniors?
team out of 10.
Yeah, we have
9 seniors.
That means a whole lot right there.
Yeah.
Going out with a bang.
I mean, you have a very veteran team. Earlier this week, you mentioned by using this going into Jacksonville. You know, since you've seen these teams and you said your area is tough, going into Jacksonville, you know, is the game plan going to change any, or are you just going to stick to what you know?
We've been to Jacksonville the past like 3 years. We're just going to keep playing the same game we've been playing. It's just another ball game. You got to come at it like that. You can't get too scared.
All right, sounds good. That's all I have, I think. Thank you, Coach Davey.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hey guys, how y'all feeling after tonight's victory?
Good, Jay.
Great. I want to start off right now with the MVP, Chris. 22 points. Was just something else clicking tonight, or was just something firing on all cylinders? I know you had an injury earlier, but I mean, it didn't look like it affected you.
I was struggling throughout the game, and my teammates, every single one of them, was just there to lift me up and tell me to keep my head up, and that's really what got me through the fourth quarter. I know Owen came to me at the beginning of the fourth, said to keep my head up, and shots are going to start falling, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, you hit a late three with 1 minute left, and that set the tempo. You were down by 6 when you hit that three, and that just changed the game entirely. And then you finished out the game at 22 points, and you were able to get the ball at 30 seconds left. That play was pretty much the turnaround of the game, and that was what gave you that tempo and everything else. Was there something that you read on the player at the time?
I just what the play coach called to trap the initial inbounds pass. I rotated up like I was supposed to, and I got the steal. So.
All right, Coach, coming into this game against Sardis, they had an amazing week. Y'all played them at the Christmas tournament, and they were nowhere. There was a lot bigger of a point gap at the end. Coming into this game, 1 point. That's how much you wanted. Could you see something very different with Coach Van Owen and what he did?
Sardis is a good basketball team. Coach Owen does a great job. They have some really good players. We knew earlier in the year that they were a good basketball team. You know, we made some shots at Gadsden City and were able to beat them there. But we knew coming into tonight it was going to be a dogfight, and it was. These guys were very well prepared, played very hard. Hats off and a lot of credit to them. I was really proud of our guys. You know, there were a lot of stretches tonight where I felt like we could probably kind of throw in the towel and roll over, and a lot of adversity. Had a rowdy environment. It's unique to be in a rowdy environment on your own home floor, but it was a fun deal, and the guys stayed together and they kept fighting. And it wasn't pretty, but it was tough as heck.
Coach, when you were down in the fourth late there, I think you were down 6 at one point. What was you saying in that timeout? I know you guys took a timeout right there, and I know you came back out with a different focus. Yeah. Can you say that on camera, or?
I never said a bad word. Just really stressing how important it was for us to get a few stops to defend and try to get some stops. We had a stretch there where it felt like Sardis was scoring on every possession. So just challenged them to tighten our defense up a little bit. We knew that, I mean, all year long, we've been good enough offensively. We knew that we'd make enough shots. We just had to get some stops. And we did that. In the last 2 minutes of the ball game, I felt like we got some really critical stops. Again, it wasn't perfect, but our guys battled through and did a good job.
How do you feel now having this on your home court, getting this county championship after last year's game, the redemption factor? How do you feel personally?
It's you throw everything, record and classification and what happened in the regular season, it kind of goes all out the window when you play in the county tournament. Everybody, it's almost like a Super Bowl. Everybody wants it. You get everybody's best shot. To have it on our home floor is a special memory, especially for our seniors. I was glad that they got to experience that. I can remember playing the county tournament as a player, and it's just a special memory. And for it to be here and for us to get the big trophy, it's special.
And Michael, you're here, man. You're playing basketball now. You're coming out county champ. How does that feel? Coming off football, you guys had a pretty good season, but I know it's not what you wanted. But now being county champs on the basketball team, you personally, how does it feel to you?
It's awesome. We put in the hard work. It was, it's just a different. You have a different team. You have a different, mindset in different games. I was glad how we didn't take anything for granted this game, and we came out there and played hard, and they came out there and played hard.
Absolutely.
So we wasn't. We were just ready for that.
And Chris, as MVP, I think you had the last 7 points down the stretch after you guys were down 6. Is that correct? Was there something they were showing you? Because I noticed you were coming off the picks and pretty much getting whatever shot you wanted down the stretch. I don't know if you guys changed something, but can you talk about your mindset coming in when you guys were down 6 and the ball in your hand?
Well, obviously being down 6, I thought, we needed to get some points up. And credited Coach Holderfield and Coach Nunn for calling plays and believing in me, and they just making shots.
Absolutely. I want each one of you guys players to answer this question right here. We'll start with you, Chris, and then pass it on over. What has this week meant for you to have this at your court here and to win the games you won and come out champions like you have? What does it mean to you personally?
It's been great. The last 2 years I've been on varsity, we came up a little short. And just knowing coming into the season we wanted to be different, and we had our eyes on this. We knew we wanted this, and I think we just came out and executed our game plan, and it's a great feeling.
It means the world. I haven't won a county championship yet. My group of guys haven't. I don't know if they did in middle school. I was on the team. We hadn't won a championship yet. And then after making it all the way there last year, and then beating them by 20-something at Gadsden City, and then just them coming out and making everything on us, and then the defeat that we felt, to be able to come back this year and everybody come together and play together and just win the game meant the world.
Absolutely. Colton, talk to me, brother. Come on.
It's all. It's just it was fun. It was fun being at home. I had a good time.
Just clocking in, punching in my 8, taking out.
It's been 5 years. Me and Colton were on the middle school team together, so it's been 5 years since we haven't won a county. So
that's awesome.
Might as well get it your senior year.
Awesome.
Awesome feeling getting our senior year on our floor.
I just want to give our seniors a championship. They worked too hard for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same thing for me. Just we knew we wanted to work our tails off for this too, and I'm glad that we had the game that we needed to have tonight. So
I'm just happy for our seniors. We stayed together the whole game, fought adversity, and came out on top.
Just happy to win a senior year.
It was real fun.
To get back on a more serious topic, last year we had a good coach of ours, Coach Yancey. He's been going through his struggles. Coming into this week, this meant a lot to him. Hashtag Yancey Strong. How emotional was it for this whole entire county tournament? Like just, coming in on Wednesday, beating Hokes Bluff, then coming away, West End, and then going on later against Sardis. How's it feel?
Going into the West End game, whenever they had that legend ceremony for him, it was a very emotional thing. Like sitting on the bench, you can feel all the crowd just come together in the community, and it really hit everybody hard. Just to know how close we are to him and how much he's had to fight through. We just wanted to get this for him to go out there and fight like he's fighting. If he can do it every day without an excuse, why can't we?
Exactly.
That's a lot of something.
Going into the half, y'all were leading 31-25 with Tommy Simmons leading the scoring run to put you in the lead. Setting that tempo up in the half, and then starts answering with a 10-point run right out the gate. How does it feel, like, being in the lead and then it be quickly taken away? Did you ever have a shadow of hope, like a shadow of doubt?
No.
No.
I believe my guys hit shots.
Yeah.
Got some of the best shooters out here.
And even with, as Coach Yancey says, never give up hope because it's the day you do is the day you lose. Would you all agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cody, it's bittersweet for you guys beating our alma mater.
You know, I've lived in Southside. Well, we talked about that this week. I've lived in Southside longer than I lived in Sardis. So this is home now, and it'll always be home, whether they want to run me off or not. You know, this will always be home for me. But it was, I tell you, this sort of thing. It was special to win, and you know, guys had big games tonight, and they deserve a lot of credit. But what these guys are going to look back on down the road is the memory and the time together, and the fact that they fought with each other, and you know, so I'm glad that they had that special. You know, maybe one day they'll bring their kids to the county tournament and sit and watch and have these memories of going through it. So that part's the most special to me, above winning. Just knowing that these guys did something together and have something to take with them.
Absolutely. Guys, congratulations. You got it done at home in dramatic fashion. Thank you guys so much for the interviews.
Thank you all.